So today we will talk about self-promotion, and like subtitle is "Don't wait for your manager." So we will talk today about how to promote yourself, how it will affect your career, how it will affect your company and your community. This is live event, so it's not like pre-recorded. So I ask you to ask some questions or put comments to this event. So I will try like to watch from time to time these comments, and if I will see that some particular comment or question is appropriate for the current moment, I will answer it like instantly. If its question is not appropriate for the moment, I will answer at the end of our meeting. Few words about myself. So because before the event started, so I was going through the list of attendees, and I see that half of the attendees is people from my company, Design Test Lab, because we invited them because this topic of self-promotion is currently on the agenda in our company, because when I work with engineers, with software engineers, with quality assurance engineers, I ask them just to make some short presentations for what they accomplished. And even if some task was relatively small, but we try to teach them, to encourage them to present even small results, yes, and to make their work visible on the team level, on the company level, and with some presentations even to customers. So let customers know that this particular person on his project accomplished something, maybe some small task, but important task. I'm director of Design Test Lab company, so I do this since 2011. So I completed lots of projects, and I worked with many engineers. And I worked with many engineers. So here it's agenda for today, that we'll talk about what is self-promotion, why it is important for everyone, how to find some sufficient task which you will talk about to your colleagues, to your audience, and where to promote yourself. We will talk about some doubts if you have any, and I will tell you about some examples and cases from my company and from my colleagues. I would like to add one note that on the bottom of the screen on the left you see a QR code. So I'm helping my friend from Kharkiv. Her name is Yulia Pashuk. She is running a charity fund located in Kharkiv, which called in Ukrainian Turbota Ye. In English, it's something like there is a care. And her typical causes is help to children, help to civilians, help to military people who still live in Kharkiv. And I ask you, if you have some spare money, please donate using this QR code, and she will turn this money for helpful for children or for civilians. So I know her personal, and we work with her like in charity field for 2 years, more than 2 years, and as like with a like project manager, educational projects, it seems to me I work with her since 2018. So that's like the this charity fund is trusted by me and by Kharkiv people. Okay, so the expected audience, so whom I want to turn all these messages. So first of all, that I'm working with mostly software engineering people. I know that self-promotion probably is a big issue, not for only software engineer people, but for other domains, other industries. But maybe for education, yes, but I worked for Kharkiv National University of Radio Electronics for many years, but mostly all my time I spent doing software, yes, and I work with software engineers. And here I will tell about my experience with software engineers. So all these examples will be mostly for software engineering people. But if you're not from this industry, but from some other industry, I believe you will find interesting insights too. So expected audience, first of all, this talk is for people who want to establish themselves as influential engineers. Yes, so for engineers who want to influence peers, teammates, influence companies they work with, and influence the community, maybe the software engineering community of the whole world. Why not? So if you start just influencing your teammates, then you can influence your company, influence your customers and your some local community. It's easy to do because you can go and find any community in your city or in your country and do this in English like I do. Yeah. So I myself, I'm Ukrainian, so my native language is Ukrainian, but I try to do lots of readings, blogs and presentations in English because I want to be integrated in the world IT community, tech community, and influence people maybe not only in Ukraine, but in Europe, in United States and India, in Africa, etc. So I welcome every people who can understand English and who is interested in software engineering. Second audience, this talk is for those people who want visibly articulate and secure recognition for their contributions. Yes, because sometimes we do lots of interesting job during our work, but we're not recognized for that. Yes. There is sometimes in many countries, for example, in Ukraine, that all your accomplishments or all your results are taken for granted. So it means that it is expected that you should perform something, provide some useful things. And in most cases, we are not appreciated here. Yes, so that's okay. I did my job. So you were hired to do this job. Yes, so why do I need to appreciate your good work? But I believe that that's not a good, not a good habit. Yes, and sometimes you need to secure that recognition. It means that highlight that. Look, I completed maybe some small task, but it was useful for me, it was useful for the team, it was useful for the company where I work, and it is useful for my customers whom we provide some software engineering services. So if you want to secure this recognition and talk loudly about that, that's a presentation for you. Cheers to Kture, my alma mater. Hi, Eugene. Yes, I'm from Kharkiv National University too. The class of 2000, Computer Systems and Networks. Professor Khakhanov. Okay, go on. The third point that this talk is for people who want to receive better job offers, because usually the job market designed it in such a way that many companies want to hire the best people. And even, for example, currently in Ukraine, such a situation that, as far as I know, maybe Vika, my colleague, will fix my facts right now in the comment, that roughly 90,000 of people, that's 90,000, unemployed software engineers and all these people related to software engineering in Ukraine. And the market is pretty red, yes, so the competition is very high. So I know some stories that, for example, for some quality assurance position, there are 100 applications for a single position. Yes, so for example, in Ukraine, if you want to get a job of quality assurance engineer, you will be considered among 100 resumes. And you know, I interviewed people, and sometimes it is hard to talk to 10 people or to 20 people, and sometimes it is hard just to go and read 100 resumes. Yes, and for those people who want to receive better job offers, yes, it is better to stand out of that crowd. Yes, and how you can do this? This solution will be presented today. It's like self-promotion. So these are three basic ideal customer profile or ideal listener profile is the first one. Those people who want to establish themselves as influencers in engineering. Second, those people who want to secure their accomplishments and talk about them loudly. And the third, for those people who want to receive better job offers. Let's go on. So the problem, I worked with many engineers, and most of them did great job, but they have one thing in common. So they cannot present their achievements. So I'm working with one engineer. So he developed a mobile application for United States company which works in online video streaming area. So that's something like Netflix, but not Netflix, even not a competitor, yeah, because it works in some niche of documentary films, etc. And so he did this application by himself. Mobile application, yeah, so he wasn't responsible for backend, but he was responsible for mobile application of that. And one day I asked him, hey, you did so excellent job, so you did this application only by yourself, so you implemented lots of features, and the quality and reliability of that application is excellent. Let's write an article about that. And I said, so here is like blank Google Docs. Please come up with ideas what you can write about and write some text. And so he returned to me within a week, and it was only one small paragraph of like 4 lines of text. So he did like an excellent job, and he did that for many years. And I believe I can write a book about that. Yes, so if I do such a great job, but that problem that he couldn't highlight lots of great stuff that he built, yes. And imagine yourself that maybe you did some great job, but when you asked to do a presentation, to record a video about that, or to talk 20 minutes about that, or write some blog post about that, and it's really hard to do, yeah. And actually, it harms all stakeholders. I will use this project management term stakeholders. I mean that all people involved in software engineering. Yes, it harms all stakeholders, the situation. That first of all, the engineer itself will consider all like points. I will consider also role of management and organization where this engineer works. And the third stakeholder is that's community. Yes, so currently, like we gathered here like community. Yes, so we're not employed in the same company. We're both in tech community, in software engineering community. And that fact that many engineers, they cannot go and talk about their achievements, I don't care, small achievement, big achievement, it harms to our community. Yeah, because I will tell you why. So the first point, why this is harm to the engineer. So first of all, that they don't receive the recognition they deserve from management. Because usually management, they want to promote some people. Yes, so I will not consider such situations where the management doesn't want to promote anyone, but in general case, like in health environment, usually management want to promote people, yeah, because, for example, if they have some junior developers, associate developers, they want to promote them to middle level, to senior level, to some leadership roles, etc. Why? Because companies with investments, with good business health, they want to grow number of departments, to grow number of teams, yeah, because we cannot grow a company, for example, with 100 junior engineers, yes, because we need some like middle level, some senior level, etc. So in typical companies, management want to promote people. And so if engineers, they don't talk about their achievements, so they just say, okay, I've just completed my job, yes. And it is problem for management that they cannot pick someone, yes. And if we talk about from the point of view of an engineer, so maybe they will not receive this deserved promotion, yeah, because they don't talk about it, don't self-promote, don't self-represent it. I can tell you about one promotion case which happened at my company. So Victoria gathered all feedback for one engineer. Yes, so we received excellent feedback from project manager, and so on in our internal meetings. So Victoria presented that to me and said this engineer deserves a promotion. Yeah, but sometimes I've been to meetings with that engineer, so I observe internal chats. I've been to several meetings. I said, guys, something strange happening right now. Yeah, because I never seen that engineer in action. So let's please tell me more about him. Yeah. So what was his achievements? Yes, etc. And I was like some bias. Yes, bias that I've never seen. I've seen that person, but I never heard from him. Yes, and for me, his image was like just some silent person. Yes, so the person which sits and do something silently but never present his results. Yes, and thanks to Victoria and to project managers who told me about all his achievements and said that he works very well and he deserves a promotion, and the promotion was approved. Yes, but you can imagine the situation if some manager will try to promote yourself and not too much evidence about your excellent skills. Yes, so that's real case which happened with me, and I think that that's not some unusual case. So I believe that that's some common case when some project managements try to promote someone, but they just lack evidence, some presentation, some video, etc., about skills of that engineer. Third point that they could receive less favorable job offers. Yes, because usually all HR people on interviews or tech interviewers, they ask, what's your achievement on the previous position? Yes, on previous job, previous company. And, say, okay, I just did my job. I just put code into code repository. Yes, I'm retrieved information from JSON API, yes, etc. And sometimes not too much to say about your job. Yes, maybe software engineers shy and they can't self-promote themselves, so it's a big problem. It's harm to engineer, yeah, because if I cannot highlight my achievements, it will never be appreciated by interviewer, and maybe I will not get the job that I deserve, better salary, better position, etc. That's exactly what I was telling about that imagine situation that you should be stand of the crowd of 100 engineers. Yes, so if you can show, hey, look at my blog, look at my YouTube video, go check my GitHub repository where I put my achievements, etc. So it will be easier for interviewers just to pick up you and say, okay, we have tens of similar resumes, but this particular engineer, he has some proven record. We can go and check his posts on internet, etc. And the last one that may be not too related to career, but there is a risk to end career as a named soldier. Yes, because we know lots of names of famous software engineers. Yes, for example, Erich Gamma, Martin Fowler, David Hansen. Yes, they're not just software engineers. Maybe sometimes they're like successful entrepreneurs. But for example, Martin Fowler is famous book writer. Yes, so if you never read his books, go and buy all of them. So he wrote like maybe 10 books and read all of them, and he's a very talented software engineer, and every software engineer knows this name. But sometimes I thought about myself, okay, so when my career will reach its end, so if I tell Vladimir Abrizan in some community in Ukraine or outside of Ukraine, so at least one person will tell that, yes, I know Vladimir, he is like in software testing or in some career development field. So that's one more problem that I would like to have to work in community where each engineer has its own name. And I will show you some excellent case where even like with nicknames, yes, so engineers known for nicknames. Okay, harm to management and organization, because actually me myself is not a big I don't suffer from like lack of my promotion, yeah, because like I run my own business, but I will tell right now from point of view of management. So there is a problem that sometimes when we want to promote people, for example, for new projects, yes, to onboard them on new projects and gather a team, sometimes all developers appear the same. So yes, we know that we have on board like 10 or 15 engineers. Actually, so when the team is small and you work closely with them, it's easier to do. But when teams growing, 10 engineers, 15, 20, 30, it is hard to organize hierarchy. So we don't know which achievements. Yes, they just do codes, but okay, who do some automated testing? Who can onboard people? Who can mentor people? Who can solve some failures or bugs, etc. The second problem that I call this slow metabolism. So the frequency of some actions or transactions inside the company. Here I mean that knowledge exchange. Imagine the situation that we have a team of engineers and they don't share any information. So when we put a new member to the team, that new member will not receive any knowledge even like after a month. But if we have on the team the people who self-promote, who present their achievements with blogs, with some short notes, with some on stand-ups, so a new man onboarded on the team, he will gather this information from many sources, and this onboarding will go quickly. Yeah, promotions will go quickly, so we can quickly build new teams, etc. Third point, it's unrealized marketing potential. Yeah, so for example, my company is in business, generally speaking, selling people. Yeah, so we don't do any products. We are a service company, so we just do some services to our customers. Yes, and basically we are selling engineers their ability to code, ability to test, etc. And as far as we don't build any product, so our product is engineers. And if our engineers are faceless, if they don't have any achievements, it is hard to sell them. Yeah. For example, when I'm on the meeting with my customers, I'm talking that, okay, for example, John will work on this project. Who's John? What's his achievements? And if I say, okay, the John, he can build these things, you can go and watch his YouTube video or look this interview with this engineer, how his approach, his business attitude, etc. So it's easier to sell business, yes, to attract new projects. And sometimes it's a big problem because okay, when I say, okay, we will go right now to some live LinkedIn event and 20 people will watch you and they will ask you questions. So in most cases, engineers, they said, okay, I will just sit and silently and please don't touch me. And yeah, the last point, that's bias, that sometimes some engineer who is not deserve the promotion could get that promotion. It's a bad situation, yeah, because I know many, in most cases, undeserved promotion is a big failure. So maybe 95% of undeserved promotion ends in firing the man, yeah, because for example, we have some middle engineer, yes, and he asks, oh, promote me, and say, okay, now you're the senior engineers, you have maybe some bigger salary, but with bigger salary, higher title, you receive more responsibilities, and the expectation from management is bigger, and it's a big conflict, yeah, and yeah, that's a big issue. So this bias during promotion, that it is better for management to promote people who deserve the promotion, but not some just random people that we want to promote someone. And the last but not least, harm to community. Why? Because a lot of information, maybe 90% of all information about software engineering, about some issues, cases, approaches, best practices in head of engineer. You cannot go and read a book. yes, or with some chat GPT or other tool. And this is some kind of hidden knowledge, yes, which lays in the head of engineer. And that's a big problem. So we need to somehow to mine that knowledge, yes, to bring some excavators, connect to the heads of engineers, and just dump all great experience they had. Yeah, because I know, you know, that maybe the best joy of software engineering is to work with some senior developer who like worked for 10 years with some technology, or ask him to go to a bar at night, yes, drink some beers, and he can tell lots of stories about software engineering, about some issues, production issues, team issues, promotion issues, etc. But if you not ask him, he will never tell about that. Yes, that's a big problem, that lots of information still in the heads of engineers, and we need some way to just dump that information. The second problem is very big right now, because I see, you know, this popularity of social media, of some YouTube shorts, TikToks, etc. I see that sometimes on social media emerge people who shout louder. So maybe they don't have too much skills, they don't have too much experience, but because they go and occupy that like media sphere, you see them 95% of time. Yeah, so they can tell some bullshit about software engineering, or you understand that that skill, so that's a junior skill, yes, but they promote this, promote, yes, and we see that on social media, for example, some blogger with 50,000 followers or subscribers, it doesn't mean that he knows too much, yes, in engineering. That's because there are no competitors for him. Yeah, so there is not like 100 of software engineers who talk daily on YouTube. He's only one, yes, and you know that social media works in such a way that who talks, those occupy this bandwidth and occupy your attention. So that's a problem for social media. Yes, it's harm to community. If you want to go and to watch something on YouTube or in Twitter, sometimes you will see this noise not from like too much experienced engineers, but just from some social media hackers, yes, who just try to occupy that space. Last thing that, for example, if there is some question, you have some technical difficulty and you need to go solve it, whom to ask? So sometimes you just put a note on the Twitter or in Telegram chats group that, okay, guys, I have some issue with Elasticsearch. It returns 500 HTTP code. How to solve that? So you just ask these questions like to abstract auditorium, but in ideal world, yes, for example, if some engineer, he solved like tens of problems with Elasticsearch, yes, so he can go and publish that on Twitter, he can promote himself on Twitter or in chats, and next time when you will got this Elasticsearch issue, you'll know, oh, I know that Bob is working with Elasticsearch, I will go to comments and ask him, yes, and he will help me, yeah, because maybe he's experienced in Elasticsearch, and I will proceed with my job, I will remove this blocker. So that's the harm to the community, that we have a very low number of people who go and talk about his achievements. And solution for these problems is self-promotion. Yeah, so what's self-promotion? So self-promotion, basically, that's presenting one's skills, accomplishment, and experiences. Yeah, so sometimes, you know, this self-promotion have like negative sound, or like that's misconception. Yes, so here it is on the slide, that don't confuse this with people who just go and talk about them from morning till evening. Yes, no. So that's bad image of self-promotion. No, self-promotion just to go and to present your skills, your accomplishment, and your experiences. I will tell about that more later. Okay, the next questions, what usually talk about? And sometimes there is such misconception as, I didn't do anything special, is it worth to promote? So the answer is the following, that the goal is to promote yourself and don't try to invent new technology or promote some technology. So we need to maybe to pause here and think about that self-promotion is not about inventing some new technology or inventing new open source. No, that's not expected from me, from you, from now on. It is just the idea to present accomplishment and experience with some technology. Yeah, because that's the answer for the question, is it worth to promote? So for example, I wrote some unit tests, automated tests, or I integrated some API. I resolved some bugs. So I didn't invent anything new. That's not worth promoting or presenting. No, that's false. Yeah, again, because we promote ourselves, our experience, our achievements, and if you encountered some problems and you successfully resolved that problem, that's your achievement, your experience. You should go and tell about that. Even that's okay. Maybe this problem was solved by some guy in United States or some guy in India. It doesn't relevant. Why? Because you will promote this among your community, among your company, among maybe your country. You don't compete here with some software engineer in the United States. Why? Because, for example, in Ukraine, no one in Ukraine will hire a guy from India or from a guy from United States. So they will hire from some local market, for example, from Ukraine. So it is very important point that we need to promote ourselves, our experience, and not invent any tech. Don't disvalue your hard job. Again, that I've already told about that in our culture sometimes it's taken for granted. So you did your job, that's just expectation, that's just some like normal level that you should do this every day. Why you talk about this, about like some achievement, like I'm not sure, like you send Gagarin to space, yeah? No, don't disvalue this hard job, yeah? Because every software engineer or quality assurance engineer, they maybe face 5 or 10 some issues per month, for example, some challenges. Go and solve them. Go and tell your colleagues, your manager, your customer, your community about how did you solve that. And learn to appreciate and celebrate small wins. That's really great skill, yes, for good mental health, that celebrate yourself, so celebrate every small achievement every day. Yes, so because actually software engineering is hard. Yes, so we have like too many frameworks, all this API, they produce too many faults. You estimated 2 days. You observed lots of bugs. At the end of the month, that 2 days estimate already 10 factual days of work, yes, and you feel yourself bad because you missed all these deadlines. No, so we have very hard job, yes, as software engineers. I cannot say that just go to office, drink coffee, and that's it. No, so we have very, very hard job. So, and let's learn to appreciate even small wins. Yeah, I have a log. It's just basically Google Docs document where I put all issues I encountered during software development, and I like, okay, issue with some not working API. Spent 5 hours and I like mark it with green. Yes, so it was an issue, but I solved it. Yes, that's my win. Even if I spent just five hours of my time. So let's learn to appreciate and celebrate small wins. Look, what to talk about? Actually, this is just random 10 ideas I got from like 5 minutes when I did this presentation, but I can give you some ideas what you can go and talk about. Maybe the first topic, is a very hot topic, is AI adoption and experience. Yes, because I know that maybe last year ChatGPT, it was like bomb, yeah. So it really produces some code, but what we really lack right now is its adoption. So how to use it? So it's not even a question, does it produce good code or bad code? Will it will it take my job or not? So we don't discuss this question. We just can go and try it and say, okay, here is my case. here's my prompt. What is I asked the ChatGPT? Here's its response. So is it worked or not? So how to make it work or not? So just adoption experience, because my experience is pretty good with ChatGPT. Yes, so I learned how to ask him the smart questions, so he understands me better, etc. And it's valuable. Why? Because many people in your community, they don't know how to ask ChatGPT correctly, so ChatGPT could provide good answers. So if you go and try it, you can do this experiment in less than an hour, yes, and it will be very valuable for community. For example, if you do this, send me links to your post and I will repost it, yes, because it's we lack of this experience right now. Next point, for example, software engineers, it's design patterns application in your domain. Oh boy, because usually, so Vika knows, so we interviewed lots of engineers and we ask, okay, do you know design patterns? Yes, I know singleton, I know abstract factory, I know builder, I know strategy. And I ask, okay, give me some example of builder pattern. And software engineer responds me, okay, let's build a pizza. I asked, why pizza? So you're like working in some pizzeria? He said, no, because I know example with pizza. I said, no, I don't need that example from tutorial from the first link of Google. I need your experience in, for example, in social network. How do you implement builder pattern in social network? How do you implement builder pattern in some financial domain, etc. Please tell me about your experience, yeah? And that's what I was telling about, that you don't need to invent nothing new, just to go and tell about design patterns application in your domain, yeah? And it will be very interesting to know how, for example, all these design patterns applied in your domain, for your case, maybe for your language, yeah? Because we have like tens of languages. Examples of refactorings, yes, so here is a bad code, here is a good code. So I applied extract method, I applied other refactorings, etc. Development tools application, so you find a new lint or some code formatting tool or some refactoring tool, etc. So you can try to apply it and say, okay, so it works good, it works bad, here is limitations, here is some errors, etc. You can go and just tell about this application, etc., etc. For example, just one day life of a software engineer. So what you do in the morning, how your stand-up went, so what you do in this situation, what you do in this situation, etc. Oh, interesting bugs, interesting cases. So usually software engineers observe tens of bugs, yes. Quality assurance engineers observe tens of bugs, yeah. So, and I know that there is lots of interesting cases you can go and talk about that. For example, if you want to pass some certifications, why do you need that? It is just for promotion, or you want to upskill yourself, you want to apply some best practices in job, how this certification will help you during your job, etc. Benchmarks, benchmarks, that's just the sea of content. Because sometimes we go and measure some frameworks by what? By number of stars on GitHub. So for example, if I have some framework A and it has 20,000 of stars, and framework B has 19 stars on GitHub, framework A wins, yeah? And that's total bullshit, yeah, because we don't use technologies just by popularity or by hype, yes. We need to go and build some proof of concept using that framework, push some traffic to that, underload. What's the request per second? What's the consumption of the computing power? What's the consumption of memory, hard drive consumption, etc. Just take some tool, do some benchmarks, go and publish that. Yes, that's quite interesting. That's exactly engineering job, yeah, because engineers, they don't take some component just by number of stars. They take component which will fit in some reduced memory on some low-end data center, yes, and you will know that. You can share that information, that's quite interesting. Some questions about team relations, how you conducted code review, mentoring topics. Oh my God! So maybe hundreds of different topics regarding mentoring. Yes, how advance career, how write better soft, what to do, what not to do, etc., etc., etc. So actually, hundreds of topics, and even I asked ChatGPT. You can go ask ChatGPT and ask him, okay, Chat, here is my problem. Please advise me 20 topics to talk about it. Yes, so for example, I asked him, list 20 topics for a software engineer to use for self-promotion. Practices, development, open source contributions, performance optimizations. Yes, for example, you use some open source algorithm, it works like 20 operations per second, and you go and fix it, and now it works 30 operations per second. There is a huge win. Yes, you can go and talk about that. How to present? Yes, so how to present, the formula is the following, that first of all, you outline some problem, you propose some solution, and very important, you highlight the positive outcome for stakeholders. Because sometimes the same job could be presented from different points of views, yes? And you need to shed a good light on your achievement. I will show you some examples. So you can do text, you can write diagrams, you can like build tables with statistics, you can record a video like I do right now. You can do some live coding, yes, so it's quite interesting because even me, I have a friend who does live coding. Hi Elia, if you're watching me. So, and I'm just sitting to look how it's working. Yes, so it's quite interesting to know how other people working. And very important that you should tell and highlight about your experience, your application, your domain, your constraints, your conditions, but not copy-paste from Wikipedia. So I've been to several conferences or local meetups where just presentation sometimes was just copy-paste from Wikipedia. That's a metaphor, but you understand that some person, he just go and took some information from book, split it on slides and said, okay, here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I read that book and there is nothing new for me. But if I go and tell about my experience, like I said, so for example, is it interesting to say about something design patterns? No, why? Because you already read that 20-year-old book, Gengo 4, Erich Gamma, design patterns, you already know that. But for example, how to apply strategy pattern for social networks, how to apply command pattern for some CLI tool, etc. Yes, that's interesting, yeah? Because I know some abstract information, but your current application, how you did that, show you me your code, etc. Or maybe with some constraints or some conditions. For example, if you say, you know, guys, I need to solve this task under 1 hour, or I need to solve this to write some solution which will not require internet. Do we still have engineers who can build some tool which will work without APIs? And if you have such experience, go and tell about that, yeah? It will be quite interesting. So that's very important. So you can highlight any even small topic, but if it will be about your experience, you will highlight your application, it will be very valuable. So if someone will go and tell you that you're telling some bullshit, he doesn't understand it, yes, because no one can blame you for your experience. That's your experience, and I can't deny that. Yes, that's just a basic fact. Victoria asks, please share this presentation with us. So if you will subscribe to this topic, yes, so I'll upload this presentation somewhere, yes, and it will be in comments. So please subscribe for comments, or even better, go and follow me on LinkedIn. Next example. So recently, that's a case from my company. So we work closely with quality assurance automation engineers, and we have a special task to optimize test performance, because we have completed more than 1,000 automatic tests for some web application, and these tests, they run maybe something like 2 hours or something like that. And I said, okay, guys, let's go and understand why they run so slowly. Let's optimize them so they can be run at least 10% faster. Yeah, and our quality assurance engineer, Vika, she completed the task. Excellent. But I said, okay, let's present to managers, because you not just optimized it. Maybe there is some benefits for you, some benefits for your teammates, some benefits for project managers, and some benefits for customers. Remember my first slides. We should present to stakeholders, not just ourselves, but stakeholders, present them with value. I went to my friend ChatGPT and I asked him, I work as a QA automation engineer in software development outsourcing company. I've optimized the test suite so it runs 60 minutes instead of 120 minutes. Explain benefits for my project manager. And like 60 seconds and I got an excellent answer. Increased efficiency, cost savings, faster feedback loop, improved resource allocation, test quality, better risk management, higher morale, etc. And that these benefits align well with objectives of most project managers. So if our automation engineer will take this information and went to project manager and said, hey, I increased efficiency, I've saved costs. With saved costs, it's better go to customer because the customer pays for testing. And said, now we need not 2 hours of computing time, but 1 hour. It's cost saving, etc. Yes, so that's a great benefit. Yeah. So the engineer must be rewarded that he saved. She, in this case, that she, Victoria, she saved money. She saved time for all company, not just for herself. Yes, hi Vika. That's cheers to you. Excellent job. Where to present? So first of all, peer-to-peer communication. That's like the word of mouth is better. Yes. So for example, even when you talk one-on-one with someone, so you do some pair programming, so you can go and tell, hey, I've already solved that issue. Go check my tweet, go check my blog, go check my video. Yes, so just let your peers know that you experienced it and that. You already complete that. Internal chat rooms. So generate some noise, generate some news for your company, for your teammates. Hey guys, I implemented new linter. I found a great piece of open source technology and I tried it and it worked. Hey, go look to the commit, etc. Internal meetings, stand-ups, mission meetings. Mission meetings, these meetings, for example, if you gather for some knowledge sharing, I know that some companies already have that. If your company doesn't have that, establish these mission meetings, knowledge sharing at least once per month. Start at least once per month, because I know I went through this path that you will ask 10 engineers to prepare something and in a month you will have 0 presentations. But at least once per month and be the leader there. Yes, so because every manager, every director of the company will support you. Yes, because I told at the start of the presentation that we as management were looking for such people who will share knowledge, and it will be a great spotlight for you. Yes, so you can introduce such mission meetings, knowledge shared meetings in your company. The next point is a bomb. Company website. You can even get paid for it. So if you will go to some people from your marketing department or from your CEO of your company or management and ask, what do you pay for copyright for your blog? And they will tell you that that's sometimes hundreds of dollars. And you will tell him, Keith, I have idea about some usage of API. For example, I've implemented some integration with Stripe API. Let's do some blog post for that. They will pay you for that. Why? Because they already pay to some copywriters, but copywriters, they don't know anything about software engineering. They just go and copy paste some information, change words to pass plagiarism check, and that's it. Yes, so next point is about to meetings with your customer, and I will tell you about some 2 excellent cases. So if you have a possibility to attend meetings with your customers, so don't be shy. You can like ask 1 minute and say, hey, yeah, so for example, for past sprint, we implemented this quality assurance test optimization, and now our tests run not 100 to 20 minutes but 60 minutes. It's cost saving, time saving, morale boost, etc. And he will know you, because I will tell you about 2 cases. So first case is about rise case. So sometimes we negotiate salary raise with our customers, and we ask, so we prepare some spreadsheets and say, so John, Bob, Mary, etc. And we say that, okay, there is one rate and we ask you for some rise, etc. And our customers, so when they go through this spreadsheet, they said, who's that? Who's that? Who's that? I don't know this person. What's his achievement? Yes, because it's just a dub. Because maybe that's, how to say it, like cat in the bag. So you don't know this, who's John? What's his achievement? Why should I rise his rate or salary, etc.? But when our customer see the last name and first name of some backend developer, and he said, oh, I know him. Yes, because he attended meetings, he presented his achievements. Yes, so I asked him, he answers me like with some useful information. So yes, no questions to this person. Yeah, why? Because that man, he presented his achievements. Yes, he was on stand-ups, on meetings, and presented his results. Second case about our business analyst. Yes, so she presented on every meeting. Yes, so she took active part, etc. And the customer gave her a nickname Oracle. Who knows? Oracle is a person who decides what's true, what is not. And sometimes he said, okay, for example, we ask our customer, okay, we built this feature, so, and we have 2 options, option A or option B to implement it. Which should we choose? And he said, ask Oracle. Yeah, so that's very, very high level of trust that customer delegates decision to Oracle, to a person who knows his for some achievements, because it's a very high level of trust. Yes, so and imagine that your customers, not even your peers, not even your management, but your customers will know you and will trust you with such a level. So any promotion will never be a problem for you. Yes, because it's easier for management to go into customers and say, hey, we want to promote this person. And he said, yeah, so this person must be promoted number 1. Social networks, blogs, chat channels, so that's not new for you. So you can promote memes or you can promote your experience, etc. I will tell you about mentoring. Why? Because mentoring is a channel which is in high demand right now. Yeah, because lots of people want to enter IT, software engineering, and if you establish some channel, mentoring channel, for example, for associate engineers or for junior engineers, and will put some, just it doesn't cost you anything just to answer questions in chat. Yes, you already sit in chats and discuss whatever you want, but not your experience. Yes, but if you will answer their questions and give some links to your cases, your experience, etc. First of all, they really will appreciate you. Yes, so I know myself, yes, because I remember all my mentors. I know that, for example, my students from Kharkiv National University of Radio Electronics, they remember me after like 10 years or 15 years. That's really appreciated. Yes, so that's a very excellent channel and very useful for community itself. Meetups, conferences, yes, it's maybe, for example, for me, I'm in Ukraine, so 2 years ago I submitted a workshop to some conference in Poland, and I've been accepted, but I cannot travel to Poland. Yes, and I asked my fellow Python engineer who already in Poland, and I asked the conference organizers that please change the schedule that my colleague can present my talk. Yeah. But that's a source to present to. About some dubs, yes, so should I promote myself? For example, this is my particular experience because I'm myself perfectionist, so I cannot, if it's not a PhD thesis, I cannot publish it. Yes, so if it's not a big book, I cannot publish it. I know for sure that that's total bullshit. Yeah, that there is like motto of perfectionist. It is better to deliver perfectly, but never, than somehow, but right now. Yes, but the truth is the following: done is better than perfect. So I'm like, I lost lots of opportunities. Yes, so it is better to post 100 times some unfinished work, some not ideal work, than publish once per year. Yes, even with this webinar, yes, so I go online maybe once per month or once per 2 months. It's better to do one webinar once per week, yes, but maybe with less preparation, with not too much content, not so ideal slides. For example, as you can see, I don't have even images here, yes, so just plain text. Yes, but I'm okay with that. I allow myself to be not ideal, yes. The next point, that let your audience decide if your experience is perfect, interesting, helpful, or entertaining. Yes, because for example, in case of mentoring, believe me, so you can write anything, and hundreds of entry-level engineers will go and read it and appreciate that. Yes, because they just lack of that experience, so they never work. They maybe heard about some APIs or some patterns in books, but they never seen the actual code, how to implement that. And again, the quality is depending on the feedback. So, for example, I believe that my current presentation is good, yes, but you can write me in comments and say, hey, Vladimir, could you please next time speak better English, or speak slowly, or shave yourself, or put some more examples, etc. And I will appreciate your feedback, yes, because only with your feedback I can do my work better. The same for you, so let your audience decide what is better for them. You will achieve ideal result with feedback from your listeners, from your watchers, etc. Yeah, like Victoria said in comments, that try 1,000 times and you will succeed. I will tell you that you will succeed on the 5th time. After 1,000 times, you will be known. If you will write 1,000 blogs, you will be known worldwide. I don't have doubts in that. Oh, that's my favorite. I can't provide such level of entertainment as other bloggers provide. So maybe you already subscribe to some bloggers who do some entertaining on the LinkedIn, on Twitter, on YouTube. And actually, that's my particular case why I sometimes doesn't publish my information, my experience. Because I compare myself with people who try to entertain you, but not teach or show some experience. And I worked on this issue with a psychologist. That's true. So I have attended a psychologist, and I talked to her, said, I'm afraid that my lectures are not so entertaining. People will not laugh about them. And she said to me, you're not a clown. You are PhD in computer engineering. You're a teacher. You should promote yourself professional qualities. Talk about your experience. And if they want to watch some comedy, they will go to stand-up. Don't compete with stand-uppers, because you will never, if I will try, maybe I can do better at stand-up, but you not compete with stand-uppers. Yes, so you're a teacher, you experienced engineer, you're a manager, you have like 10 years of experience. Tell about that. And people will go and learn from you, because they don't need the stand-up. If they need a stand-up, they will go to some YouTube channels and entertain themselves there. But you will tell them information, yes, your experience, and the people will love you for such kind of information. So, and that's really true. So currently, I don't afraid that someone will not like this presentation because I don't show some memes here, or I don't tell some jokes here. The next thing is true too. No one knows you and you're shy. Yes, so it's like you have two minuses. That, for example, you're shy to tell about yourself, so you're like afraid to tell about yourself. more that and no one knows you. Yes, so and that's and time is marching on. Yes, so the world is not waiting, not world is not trying to dig for your knowledge, to dig for your experience itself. So you should care about yourself. Yeah. We talk lots about that. It is easy to be promoted if you are known. Yes, it is easy to be hired if you are known. So if someone knows your blog, etc. For example, I had such experience in 2018. I published some synopsis of reliable software engineering practices. It was with such orange cover. And sometimes when we interviewed some software engineers, people told me, hey, Vladimir, I've seen your presentations. I've read your synopsis with these software engineering practices. It's really cool if I want to work in your company who practice these reliable software engineering practices. And you know that was... I was like on the heaven when I heard that, yeah, because it's really work, yeah. So I did some presentations, I did some local meetups, and maybe it was maybe 1 per 30 interviews. I met people who knows me, and that's like very. It helps me to hire. The last thing that could prevent you from publishing something, that's non-disclosure agreements. So Vika, our HR, can tell about this funny story. So when you go interview some people, and where did you work? That's NDA. Tell me about your project. That's NDA. Tell me about something about you. NDA can't tell nothing about you. How can I hire you if you cannot tell anything about yourself? So I just know that you spent 5 times in this profession. And that's a really big problem, but several workarounds for that. One of them, I told you that companies and management, they're looking for some content to be presented on YouTube, to be presented on conferences, to be presented on the website. So go to your management and say, hey guys, I want to present some case and let's put it on your company website. Trust me, all NDAs will disappear. Yeah, so they will remove maybe the title of your customer, but in 99%, everything that you will present already on the internet. And if you see that, for example, some API integration or some tool, some experience with tool is already on the internet, it cannot be covered by the NDA because the very first paragraph in NDA said that if this information is publicly available, this is not the subject of this NDA. So, and that's exactly what I said in the very first slide, that you don't do any inventions here which can be copyrighted or protected with patents. So you just want to present your experience. So in many cases, everything that you will post, it cannot be covered by NDA because in most cases it will be well-known technologies. Special thanks for slides 15, 16. Yes, Eugen, that's a very big problem, and you know, maybe it a separate presentation how I suffered from that I have too much ideas to tell about, to teach something, to share my experience, but I can't do this because I'm fucking perfectionist. Okay, that was the very last slide. Thanks ChatGPT who produced me this excellent image. I wish all of you that someday you will be this person, that you will be appreciated for your achievements, that your teammates will appreciate your knowledge sharing, yes, that community of people where you work will know you, yes, so you will be welcome on every conference, yes, so the local meetups, international conference, they will call you and pay for your talk, etc. If you want to follow me, so you can do this on Twitter, on my public Telegram channel, follow me on LinkedIn, and currently we have some time if you have some questions, and I have some homework for you. Yes, so if you want to practice in this self-representation, you can write in comments or to my direct message some ideas, and I will give you some feedback. Yes, so if you want to help some mentoring in this self-representation, please write me, yes, in comments or in direct messages. Yes, so I can spare some time and help you to do this freely. Yes, to just to jump on some Zoom call and brainstorm ideas or give feedback how, for example, your blog could be improved, yes, etc. So thank you, everyone. Let's wait for some comments. If we will have some. Currently, I don't see any comments. I'll remember that if you have some spare money, please help Yulia Pashuk to gather some money for Kharkiv people, for children from Kharkiv region. For example, last month we helped her gather money for some school appliances, like some food, some small toys. So she traveled to orphan house where Ukrainian children deported from by Russia, yes, from regions of Donbass, and they got their children back to Ukraine, and she helped the children like with clothes, with food, with some school appliance like pens, paper, etc. So if you have some spare money, please share with Yulia, and QR code is on the screen. Igor writes, useful examples, amazing explanation. Please share the recording of this event. I want to watch it again. Igor, yes, so as far as I know that LinkedIn will keep this presentation by this link, so you can rewatch it just visiting this link again. Yes, so just bookmark it. Okay, then thank you. So I will go to rest. Subscribe.